Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Talk Books. So today I am here to bring you another book review, and that book is on Bloodmark by Aurora Whittet. This is the first book in this werewolf trilogy, and it follows a 16-year-old werewolf princess named Aisling. She is not like every other werewolf out there, especially in her pack. Most werewolves form when they hit puberty, but she transitioned into a werewolf at birth, and that makes her dangerous and different and intimidating, especially to her own family. And the only people that really are there for her is her mother and her older brother. She is isolated in the countryside of Ireland, but alongside that you have a pack of werewolves who are rivals to her and her family, and they are out to hunt her down. So that leads her to leaving Ireland and moving to a small town in Maine where she basically knows no one. But in Maine, she comes across a guy named Gray who she's deeply drawn to. There's this fire inside of her when she meets him, but unfortunately he is a human. She believes that their love could conquer it all despite the wolf laws. But she soon discovers old buried pack secrets that could destroy her and everyone that she loves. She either has to choose her love with Gray or what she was born and destined to do as a wolf. So I was really excited to read this book because I've never read anything with werewolves. I know, I'm like, where have I been? But I just haven't. And I'm glad that I did, because it is definitely an interesting concept and different world that I am used to. Right off the bat, I really liked Aisling a lot, and I loved the scenes when she was in Ireland. I could really picture myself there, and just the way that it looked and the greenery and the hills, and I pictured it all, and she definitely did a great job with describing the way things smelled and tasted and looked and felt. She got that down to a T, especially since the main character is a werewolf. She has a great sense of smell. You could almost be in her shoes, or I guess I would say paws, and it was like I was being a werewolf for a few hours or something. Definitely the scenes in Ireland were my favorites because I was in such high suspense, because you really stepped into Aisling's world, where it was mainly a man's world and very old-fashioned, and her father basically told her what her future was going to become, and she really stood her ground and fought for herself, and I really love that about her. There's definitely a lot of self-discovery in this book because we're trying to find out more about her and her family history alongside with her, and I like books like this where you're on this path and this journey with the character, and you get frustrated with her, you get happy with her, and you get really angry with her because, you know, she's a werewolf and they get angry. And then you get into the story where she goes into Maine. I was really excited about this part in the story because she doesn't know anyone, and she is taken away from the people that she loves to basically stay safe. And that's when Gray comes along, and for me, when Gray came along, it was a different turn for me. I thought the story would get better from there, and it did in a lot of ways, and I'll talk about that after. But when it came to Gray, it is insta-love, and I'm glad that the author does tell you that in the description, and I was kind of weary about that. There is a big reason why there is an insta-love and why their connection is so strong, and I totally understand that, and I definitely gave it the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. I think it became repetitive for me, and it took away from what I was falling in love with, which was the main story of Aisling and her wolf pack and her family history. And then it became, boom, insta-love and destiny and very Romeo and Juliet, and it just wasn't what I wanted. Like I said, I gave it the benefit of the doubt, but I couldn't feel what Aisling was feeling, and that's when I kind of got a disconnect from her, which I couldn't believe, because in the beginning I was like, oh my god, this girl is just so badass and she is so headstrong. But I think she lost that when she met Gray. I know it has a lot to do with their connection, but I really wish that I felt it more. And I really wish that there was a little more of a slow burn with their love, because they are just 16, and I know with werewolves they live until forever, but she is still 16 and he is still 16, and it just didn't felt like 16-year-olds at all. And yeah, it's just so unfortunate, because I really did like Gray, and he, you know, he has tattoos, and he didn't fit right with his age group, I guess. But yeah, he had tattoos and he had these like sideburns, which I wasn't feeling. I'm not like a sideburns girl. Whatever, you know, and he wore black and gray and, you know, grungy and sexy. And I definitely felt that, like, he was definitely attractive, and I definitely loved their relationship in the very, very beginning, because I was like, oh, like, he's bad. But why is he bad? Like, why this and why that? But when they just became too connected, I lost it. But it did definitely pick up towards the end. I appreciated their relationship a lot more and understood their relationship a lot more, especially since you uncovered a lot of different secrets about them and about the wolf pack. Despite their love story, I really liked everything else about this book, and just all the new things that I discovered as a reader. I always looked forward to the next chapter and what new things I was going to discover about Aisling and her history and who she really is as a wolf. This is a trilogy. There's so much more that there is to discover, and that's why I'm still hopeful for Aisling, because she kind of lost me in the beginning, and I was starting to kind of lose faith in her character. But there is so much room for development, because there is 2 more books, and like I said before, she's still trying to discover who she is, but I do have faith in her. Definitely towards the end, she kind of came back as that strong warrior that I saw in the beginning, so that made me really happy. So overall, I am giving this book 3 stars. I wish I could give it more, but a big part of the story just wasn't my favorite, and that is unfortunate for me, because in the beginning, it had me. It really, really did. Personally, there's a few hiccups along the way with this book. As far as the storyline and where I think it's going to head, definitely keeps me intrigued and going for more. I just wish that certain things played out a little differently for my own taste, but definitely to each its own. When it comes to a story like this, it's either someone's going to love it, hate it, or be in between like myself. But it's definitely enough to keep me going and reading more. So I would definitely pick this up, because as a werewolf book, for me, for my first time, I think it was very good and very well written. And next 2, or at least I'm hoping the next 2, are going to be even better as the story develops more. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know if you do decide to pick this up, and also what other werewolf books do you like or recommend. I would love to know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.